Ako po si Tene Rose de Andante.
At ako naman, si Michael Davantes.
At kayo'y nanonood ng Mabuhay Montreal TV.
Kumusta po mga kababayan? Sa ating buong programa ngayon ay makakasama natin ang bagong kandidata para sa Montreal Tory Race. Makakausap natin siya ukol sa mga programa ng Conservative, lalo na ang tungkol sa immigration.
At dahil ang Pebrero ay buwan ng pagmamahalan o ang Love Month, ay meron po tayong kwento ukol naman sa interracial relationship.
Tenny, last week ay napag-usapan natin ang immigration fraud. At can you imagine sa lingguring iyon ay merong isang Pilipina na naaresto sa Toronto ukol sa panluloko nito sa mga foreign applicants.
Oo, actually last 2 weeks ago, right? February
Yes.
4. I think last year pa, pinaghahanap na tong babaeng to, na nagngangalang Imelda Mel Fronda Saluma. Siya po ay 46 years old, Filipina. Tapos marami siyang naging biktima, lalong-lalo ng mga Filipino.
Oo nga, hindi ko talaga mawari kung bakit merong mga ganyang tao. Ang isa sa mga nabiktima niya, ang apelido ay Aquino, ang sabi siyempre dahil nga sa maraming pera nga ang ginamit nila rito, umabot sa $24,000 daw ang kanilang naggastos. At ang masakap nito ay nagbenta sila ng lupa, nagbenta ng bahay, at nangutang na malaki ang interes. So nakakaawa talaga.
Oo, tsaka Michael, sinabi pa na ang na-fraud nila is almost $1.5 million itong Go West Jobs International.
At ang isa sa masakap din yan, dahil nga sa na-deny itong mga aplikante, they're banned
for 2 years. Hindi sila pwede mag-reapply for 2 years. Dahil yung mga work permit pa lang pinapakita nila or yung mga job offer na yun ay mga peking dokumento.
At marami pa raw biktima right now. Merong actually parang 500 victims.
Oo.
At in-encourage ng mga pulis na kung meron pa mga biktima ay tawagan lang sila. Narito po ang impormasyon. Contact police at 416-808-3100 or the Crime Stoppers anonymously at 416-222-TIPS or 8477.
At dun po sa mga naging biktima, wag po kayong mag-atubiling tumawag sa kaukulang ahensya. Magbabalik po ang MMTV.
Welcome back sa MMTV.
Kasama po natin ngayon ang dating Quebec TV reporter na aktibo sa ating komunidad.
At kasalukuyan po siyang tumatakbo para sa conservative domination para sa susunod na federal election. Siya po ay si Pascal Derry. Kumusta, Pascal?
Mabuhay.
You were a prominent journalist of TV. What made you pursue politics?
Well, listen, it was a big decision for me to stop that career I had in television. I was there for many years as an anchor, as a reporter, for about 15 years for the same network. So pursuing in politics was a big decision because I have a small family, I have kids, and it took me a while to say, okay, I'm going to go into politics. But I was a bit tired of being neutral observer. Obviously, when you're a journalist, you have to be objective, you have to be neutral.
Yes.
And for me, it was very hard. And I said, you know what? I've witnessed, since they're in power, the Conservative Party in 2006, I've witnessed a lot of things. A lot of things have been said. A lot of things have been written in the newspaper and in the news. And I think the message wasn't really well conveyed for the Conservative Party. Mr. Harper here in Quebec, and particularly in Montreal, we always perceive him as hostile, a bit arrogant, and I really want to change that kind of message we have, because the achievements, the accomplishments of the government and of the Conservative Party are really good. I mean, we're talking about a great record on many levels. So that's why I decided to jump into politics, to see for nomination. Obviously, I'm seeking nomination first. I'm not an official candidate yet. We have to go through nomination and eventually through election that was supposed to happen in October.
So do you think being an investigative journalist can help you in your career?
I think so, yes, it can help me. I think we dig in a lot of stories. We're close to people. The proximity you have with people when you're a journalist is going to help me as a future MP if I do get elected eventually. You're very close to people. You see people all the time. You answer their needs. You see what their needs are. So I think it's going to help me quite a lot by being an MP eventually, answering to the needs of the communities. I mean, it's a riding where there's a lot of communities. There's a blending of many communities. And I think I can answer to their needs eventually.
Okay, I have read your bio, and for a politician, you are young. What do you think this is the advantage of your party, especially conservative?
Because I have no political experience, I think it's new blood, it's fresh blood. I'm 38. I'm not that young to be in politics. I think I can really make a difference. It's different. I'm perfectly bilingual. I'm francophone.
Yes.
Obviously, I speak also English. I can reach out to many communities. And I think that's what people are looking for today. People are looking for fresh blood. I want to give a fair image of the conservatism here in Quebec. And I think I can really make a difference. I can reach out to many communities that I've known along the way during my years of being a journalist, during my years of being in the media. You reach out to many communities, Filipinos, but there are also Lebanese. There are also all the Francophone community, the Anglophone community. So I think I can reach out to everybody. And if you look at overall, I think I can make a good job as an MP eventually.
And Montreal, your riding, has been dominated by the Liberals for so many years.
It's true.
What made you decide to run for the Conservative Party?
I think we have an opportunity this time. There is a window of opportunity, and I think it's a good timing. The context is very good because Erwin Cotler, who's been here for so long,
Yes.
is resigning. He's not presenting himself for the next election. So that gives us a chance to go and try to make it a blue seat and try to grab that seat and obviously turn Mount Royal into blue instead of red. And this opportunity is very important because Erwin is leaving. A lot of people were voting for Erwin Cotler. A lot of people were not voting for Liberals, but they were voting for the man. He did an admirable job. He's a unique man for human rights. He did tremendous work. And I think nobody can replace him, and no one wants to replace him. I think if I can pursue just a bit of what he has done, I'd be very, very happy. But that's the opportunity we have. And a lot of the Jewish community today, because of Mr. Harper's support towards Israel, I think the Jewish community will tend to vote conservative even more than 2011. So the context is very different. And I think there's a switch. People are going to switch. In communities, ethnic communities, there is a switch they're going to make. Filipinos, a lot of them are probably going to vote conservative next election. Also for the Lebanese community, Lebanese Christian also probably will vote for conservative. So there's a lot of people that are actually switching right now. And I think it's a good thing. And there's like a surge, like a mini blue wave actually going on right now. And if it can go on until election, well, that'll be great for
Why
us.
not?
Can you discuss what the Conservative parties can do for the ethnic communities in Quebec?
Well, they've done a lot for ethnic communities in Canada overall. I would say that immigration particularly, we have more new Canadians coming in the country every year than we ever had over decades. So this is a lot. And we had a lot of transformations in immigration ministry. Former Minister Jason Kenney did tremendous work, rebuilt and transformed some programs that gives a quicker access to Canada. I mean, the applicants don't wait for years and years and years. Under the Liberals, there was a backlog that was really a big important issue. And when Jason Kenney came in as a Minister for Immigration, he actually rebuilt a couple of programs, made it easier for applicants and for the applications to be processed in a reasonable delay, a reasonable time frame. And for Canada, it's a lot. I mean, there's a lot that has been done over the years for immigration, a lot of programs that have been transformed, and I think it's a good thing for ethnic communities.
Okay, how are you going to promote the relationship between Philippines and Canada?
Well, I think already the trade between Philippines and Canada are very strong. I know that Mr. Harper went to Manila in 2012, and there's strong ties, economic ties also. We're talking about, I think, $1.5 billion a year in the trade between the two countries. And we have the same values, and that's what's very important. I think the Filipino community and the Canadians have the same values. And, you know, elsewhere in the country, Filipinos vote conservative. Actually, it's here in Montreal that we see a bit of a difference, probably because we're not as well represented in Ottawa. And if we win eventually, we will be better represented. But we share the same values: hardworking, values of family, of respect, of dignity. It's the same values we share. So all over the country, they do vote conservative already. So I hopefully we'll be able to make the Filipinos vote conservative in the next election. And I think, as I was saying, there's a switch that is turning on right now.
And I would like to mention the help that you guys have done for the victims of Typhoon Haiyan.
Yes.
I think in humanitarian aid, Canada stands out very well. Yes, there was special measures in 2013 when Typhoon Haiyan hit, obviously, the Filipino. A lot of Filipino were affected, and we had those special measures that were put in place to get these people in Canada as soon as possible. And there were thousands of people coming in the next year. So the process was very quick. Within a couple of months, people were getting in the country for people affected by Haiyan. And humanitarian aid, Canada really stands out. He is a leader in humanitarian aid all over the world, actually.
What are your final words for the Filipino community and then Filipino viewers?
Well,
right
the
now?
Filipino community that I've started to know a couple months ago is amazing. They're genuine people, they're hardworking people, they're very well integrated in Canada, and they're everywhere. They're all over Canada. I mean, seriously, we share the same values, and I've known these people for a couple of months already, and I'm just hoping these people will vote for us eventually, and I'm sure we can make a difference. I'm sure we can make a difference with that community eventually.
Well, thank you so
Thank you
much,
so much.
Pascal, for coming to our show.
Salamat.
Thank you. Salamat. Thank you for
Salamat.
having me on the show.
Magbabalik po ang MMTV.
Ang pagkakaiba-iba ng kultura o lahi ay pwedeng maging hadlang sa pag-iibigan ng dalawang tao.
At yan ang aking kwento ngayong buwan ng pagmamahalan. Maraming dahilan kung bakit nag-aasawa ng hindi kalay ang mga Pilipino. Una, ang Pilipino ay nanggaling din sa iba't ibang lahi o mixed heritage. Isa pang dahilan ay ang pagkakaroon ng karanasan o exposure ng mga Pilipino sa iba't ibang kaugalian at kultura ng ibang lahi. Ganun pa man ay masasabing hindi ganong kadali ang magkaroon ng relasyon, lalo na kung ang kulturang pinanggalingan ay magkaiba. Kung kaya't inalam ko ang pagsasama ni Romel na isang Pilipino at ni Vicky na isang Canadian. When and how did you meet?
We met, it was a blind date. Well, we were set up by a lady. Yeah. I worked with her. She knew Romel since he was little.
Oh.
And
So I was living in an apartment, and I received this message from my mom's friend saying, Romel, I have a girl for you. And so gave this, Tita Melanie. So basically she gave me the number, Vicky's number.
yeah.
And then I called her up to see if she wanted to go on a date.
What are some of the biggest challenges you had to face being in an interracial relationship?
None.
None?
Like, here? No, nothing.
It's
not a
pretty
challenge.
easy, really.
What are the advantages and disadvantages of being in an interracial relationship?
So the advantage, I would say, the children, the kids are cute, the cute kids. The food, the culture, learning about a different culture, which always was very interesting to me. And disadvantage,
I don't really see any,
it's all good.
It's not as if we, especially in Canada here.
Yeah, it's not like we
walk
live
down
in the
street and
70s or 80s or
Yeah.
anything.
nobody really looks at you and say, what's going on there? So it's, it's pretty easy.
Yeah.
What was your family's first reaction?
Well, my aunts thought he was really cute. My dad was interested in the culture.
Do you believe your life would be different in any way if your spouse was of the same race?
Yes.
How so?
Because a lot of different races, maybe they're set in their ways so much and they don't, they're not flexible. And I found that, well, Romel and I are very similar, even though we come from two different backgrounds. We have exactly the same kind of values and the same kind of
Mentality. really.
mentality, yeah, like, so
Very
even if,
easygoing.
yeah, I don't know. No, I think life would have been different had it been even in maybe another Filipino. It's just, this was the perfect match.
What advice would you give to couples in interracial relationship?
I think it's important to be flexible in accepting their culture, their ways of life, and
them accepting yours.
yeah,
So,
vice versa. So
yeah, and also just trying to be yourself, and you know, not trying to change too much of who you are. Just project that.
and also to like encourage any kind of because I mean he's from the Philippines, we live in Canada, so anything that he wants to do to make himself feel more Filipino is welcomed.
Like you know, more adobo. and
So like rice for breakfast, he feeds rice to the kids for breakfast. That's okay.
What have you learned being in an interracial relationship?
Well, you get to visit.
Yeah, you get to travel, you see this country, really meet the people that are living there as opposed to the ones that are living here, so it's a little different. A little bit of the language.
Well, speaking of learn, now I want to test whether you've actually learned a lot from Romel.
Okay.
Are you up for it?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Bring it.
So I'm gonna give you 2 points for every product that you have tried or you're familiar with.
Okay.
All right. So here you go. This is the first one.
Oh, I've had this before. It's like a little dessert,
Yeah.
right? Puto.
Okay.
I've had it, I bought some actually in a bakery on Van Horn.
Oh, there you go. Yes, it's a rice cake.
Yeah.
Okay. So. should
But
we
is that
get-
the one they put cheese on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. How about this one here?
Yes.
Oh,
Dried mango. We have some probably
Yeah.
in our basement. When we went to the Philippines, one of the ladies that was friends of the family gave us a huge box full of dried mangoes.
Especially that you've been to Cebu.
Yes.
Yes.
It was
very
from
popular.
Cebu.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly.
Yes.
Wow. Easy. Now you got about 8 points. One more.
I'm kicking. One more.
One
Give
more.
me a challenge.
How about, how about this one here?
Oh,
We call it cornic.
It's good with Red Horse.
Red horse, exactly.
What's it called? The pork rinds?
No.
Is it pork rinds? No?
No. These are corn.
Oh, no.
Corn,
I haven't
yeah.
had that one.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, speaking of,
Yeah. This one, yes.
You've tried
My
this.
husband buys. I bought it
What is it
sometimes
called,
for
though?
him. Chicharron.
oh, good for you.
You
Bonus,
check.
bonus.
Bonus.
I did.
What is a big one here?
I did
Big
buy.
one.
I did buy a big box of these when I was pregnant the first time.
Oh.
And I bought these when I was sick in the Philippines. Also, they were feeding this. to
All
me.
right, so you win everything. How about some Filipino words?
Right.
You up for it? Sure. So the first word is you have multiple choice.
Oh.
All right. Is it a type of tea? It means thank you. Or C, is it a furniture?
Thank you.
Salamat.
Thank you.
Yeah! The next word is
Patis.
patis. Is it a carpet?
Fish sauce.
How about this one? Kili-kili.
Kili kili.
Mahal kita.
Okay, well, I know mahal means like dear, or it's like a term of endearment.
Okay, so I'll give you multiple choice.
Okay.
Is it means delicious? I love you? Or is it the Filipino dialect?
Okay, so it's I love you.
I got it. Can you say I love you to her?
Mahal kita.
Issue pa rin ang interracial marriage sa marami. Subalit ang mag-asawang Romel at Vicky ay hindi nakaranas ang panlalait o pagtutol mula sa kanilang pamilya, mga kaibigan at lipunan. Kaya't masaya ang kanilang pagsasama. Napapalaki nila ang kanilang mga anak sa isang tahanan na may pagmamahalan at pagpapahalaga sa kanilang magkaibang kaugalian at kultura. Alam mo, Terry, na-meet ko yung halos at nakilala yung mga nasa litrato na interracial couples at masasabi ko talaga na pagdating sa pag-ibig, ang tao ay colorblind.
Oo, tama yan, Michael. Kung kaya't wala po tayong karapatan na hadlangan ang pagmamahala ng dalawang taong nag-iibigan o ng mga ibang lahi.
Oh, at siya nga pala, kahapon ay nakita ko sa Facebook ko itong kwento tungkol kay Romel at Elodie. Si Romel ay taga General Santos City at si Elodie ay taga Quebec. At nag-friend request itong si Romel kay Elodie ng, to be his friend sa Facebook at pumunta itong si Elodie sa Pilipinas to meet him at nagka-developan yung dalawa. So nung bumalik yun si Elodie for 2 years, ay yun nga, bumalik ulit siya sa Pilipinas at silang dalawa ay nagkatuluyan.
Wow, talagang any distance, kung ang relasyon maganda o nagmamahalan ng dalawang tao, mag-work out. Magbabalik po ang MMTV. Bago po tayo magtapos, ay gusto kong i-congratulate si Neil Perez na kilalang mamang pulis sa kanyang pagkapanalo ng Mr. International title sa Korea.
Congratulations for making our country proud. At syempre ay gusto ko ring batiin ang ating mga kaibigan sa Prime Event Production Philippines or PEPS na pinangungunahan ni Preciosa Ana at Carlo Galang. Sila ang mga tao sa likod ng pagkapanalo ni Neil Perez.
Oo nga pala, di ba dapat apat silang, kumbaga, nanalo doon sa Misters of the Philippines?
Yes, apat sila at sa buwan na ito ay magkukumpete naman si Joseph Duruelo na isang registered nurse sa Mr. Global Pageant na gaganapin sa Thailand.
Wow, talagang big pressure yan kay Joseph dahil sa pagkapanalo ni Neil.
Yes, but I've met Joseph in person at masasabi ko na he's a good boy, a good-looking kid with a strong stage presence. So I believe that he is also going to do very well.
Marami pong salamat sa pagtangkilik sa aming programa.
Na patuloy na naglilingkod sa ating komunidad.
Muli po tayong magsama-sama
Dito sa MMTV.